Your legs begin shaking violently halfway through the night march. The instructor watches silently while your breathing turns ragged. Your body slows down, but the formation never does. Cold rain runs down the back of your neck as the platoon marches through the dark training road, carrying heavy rucksacks. Your boots strike the pavement in steady rhythm, while the instructor's flashlight sweeps across the silent, exhausted formation. The march already lasted 4 hours, and every recruit now moves with stiff mechanical steps under soaked uniforms. Your shoulders burn from the 70-pound rucksack, pressing relentlessly into muscles that never fully recovered from yesterday's obstacle course. The drill instructor walks slowly beside the column, studying faces with the calm patience of someone waiting for weakness. You tighten your grip on the rifle across your chest while focusing on the boots of the recruit marching ahead. The platoon passes dark trees and abandoned training structures that blur together under distant floodlights and thick rain. Your lungs pull cold air into your chest, while each breath feels slightly shorter than the one before. You remind yourself that quitting would follow you forever, long after this miserable night disappears. The instructor suddenly orders the formation to increase pace without raising his voice above the quiet rain. Your legs respond automatically at first, but something deep inside them begins quietly shutting down. The formation accelerates along the wet road, while your thighs tighten with every step under the relentless weight of soaked gear. Your breathing grows uneven as the rucksack shifts slightly with each stride, dragging your balance backward. The recruit 3 positions ahead suddenly drops to one knee, while his rucksack slides sideways across the gravel road. The instructor sweeps his flashlight across the fallen recruit and calmly orders him to stand or step aside immediately. The formation continues moving forward, while the fallen soldier struggles to regain his feet under the crushing weight. You focus on matching the cadence of boots striking pavement, while ignoring the growing tremor spreading through your legs. Your calves twitch violently each time your foot lands, sending sharp warnings through muscles already pushed beyond normal limits. The platoon turns onto a gravel training road where loose stones crunch loudly beneath dozens of exhausted marching boots. Your shoulders roll forward instinctively to compensate for the rucksack, but the adjustment only shifts the strain deeper into your spine. The drill instructor walks slowly along the formation like a patient predator, studying which recruit will break first. His flashlight pauses briefly on your shaking legs before sliding away without a single word. You swallow hard while forcing your legs forward, even as they begin feeling distant and strangely unresponsive. The road begins climbing gradually toward a low hill covered in thick, dark trees and tall communication towers. Your thighs burn hotter with each upward step while the platoon maintains the same unforgiving marching speed. The recruit behind you breathes loudly through clenched teeth, while his rucksack bumps repeatedly against your back. The squad closes the gap around you because nobody wants to be the recruit slowing the formation. You feel a strange numbness creeping upward from your knees, while your boots continue moving almost automatically.
Double time!
The instructor suddenly orders the platoon to double time the final stretch toward the hilltop checkpoint. The formation breaks into a heavy running march, while dozens of rucksacks bounce violently against exhausted backs. Your vision begins narrowing while the trees along the road sway strangely inside a dim tunnel of flickering light. The gravel road tilts slightly beneath your boots, while distant floodlights blur into glowing halos. Your right knee buckles briefly during one step, forcing you to throw your weight forward to stay upright. Your brain orders your legs to run harder while panic spreads quietly through your chest. Your right foot lands awkwardly on loose gravel, while the command from your brain arrives too late. For the first time since training began, your body stops listening. Your right leg collapses mid-stride, while the heavy rucksack yanks your exhausted body sideways onto the wet gravel road. The formation continues moving past you, while boots thunder through puddles, and the instructor's flashlight swings back toward your position. You struggle to push yourself upward, but both legs tremble violently beneath the crushing weight of the soaked rucksack. Your calves lock into painful knots while your thighs refuse to straighten despite every desperate command from your mind. The instructor stops beside you and studies your shaking legs without anger, only quiet expectation under the rain. You plant your rifle against the ground and force your hands against your knees while fighting to stand again. Your muscles fire unevenly as you rise halfway before another violent tremor folds your legs under you. The platoon disappears farther up the hill, while distant boots fade into the steady sound of rain.
Look at me when
the instructor quietly asks whether your body truly cannot move, or whether your mind already surrendered. You inhale slowly while gripping the rifle sling and forcing your legs to straighten inch by inch. Your body still shakes uncontrollably, but this time your boots remain standing on the gravel. You lean forward under the heavy rucksack while forcing your trembling legs to take a slow, unsteady step uphill. Your calves scream in protest, while every movement feels stiff and delayed, like rusted machinery struggling back to life. The instructor walks beside you silently, while the beam of his flashlight steadies on the road ahead. Your breathing slows slightly as your body adjusts to the painful rhythm of one careful step after another. The hill stretches upward through the trees, while the faint silhouette of the platoon waits near the checkpoint lights. Your legs still shake violently, but they continue responding as long as you keep your weight moving forward. The instructor finally speaks quietly and explains that exhaustion always arrives long before the true limit. You tighten the sling across your chest while forcing your boots through wet gravel toward the distant formation. The checkpoint floodlights grow brighter, while several recruits turn their heads to watch you approach slowly. Your legs feel hollow and numb, but they refuse to collapse again under the silent pressure of the march. You step back into formation while rain continues falling across a platoon that suddenly seems much quieter. Later that night, you sit silently on the bunk while your legs still tremble from exhaustion. The muscles beneath your skin twitch uncontrollably as the memory of the march repeats inside your tired mind. You realize discipline can move muscles even after strength completely disappears. Tomorrow your body will fail again, but now you understand that failure does not always mean stopping,